And we're back with another CodeMonkey video. In today's video, we're going to jump onto the next course after the couple we've already covered, which, by the way, you can find links in the description below. But today we're looking at creating some games. Now, CodeMonkey has already preloaded everything with instructions for 3 specific games. So here in the courses, you can see them at the bottom. We have Platformer as part of the game creation course, Frogger, and some sprite animations. Now we are going to look at all 3. Let's start with the platformer. Now when I open up the platformer, what you'll be introduced to is a slightly different looking editor. So here you will see I'm going to just click on continue coding. Let's open up the first one for now. And this is what it looks like. On the left hand side, you have your instructions. In the middle, this is your IDE or your integrated development environment where you will type the code. And on the right hand side, you see this executed. Let's go ahead and see what happens. When I click on run, my sprites drop, but they do not respond to any input because this has not been coded yet. So let's go ahead and click on stop. On the left hand side, you'll see exactly what we need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of code. I'm going to add @step and then 1. Now, what that means is whenever I run this code now, when I press any key on my computer, it is automatically going to add a step. And that brings me to the banana. Okay, in the next exercise, we are now going to start differentiating. So here you can see if the key on my keyboard is left, I'm going to go -1. That means I now need to add the code for my keyboard right. So let's go ahead and do that. If keyboard, there we go, the key equals, which means a equal sign, equals a keyboard dot right, then I'm going to add step 1. We're going to run that code. Now both right and left keys are working. I'm starting to build up that platformer. And as you can see, step by step, you're introduced to how game development is actually working. You've got your code and you are interacting with different sprites. So let's have a look at the next one. The next one will make us jump. And here you can see it's simply copied the key equals up, but we're not doing a step. We're going to change the actual movement of our character. And as you can see here from the bottom, we have a jump. So we're going to add a jump, press run. And now when I press up, you can see my character jumps. This has already been pre-coded to make things a little bit easier. I can now move on to the next level. This all keeps getting harder and harder until eventually you have a very complex code that you need to work with, but you've built up to that slowly. Now, as with previous courses, this also comes with teacher resources. So here you can see we have all our slideshows, introductions, lesson plans, everything you might need for this lesson to be successful. Now let's go back and let's open up a later challenge. Here you can see this is 30 of 35. Our code is starting to take shape. We have a number of different sprites here at the bottom. We have the monkey, the tiger, the banana, power up, chocolate, lots and lots of different sprites. Here on the left-hand side, you can see we've already got our movement coded. Then we've got the collide. That means that when you are going to bump into something, a piece of code will run. So here you can see if it is super mode, tiger will jump out of the way, else you're going to jump back to the beginning. On collide with a power-up, again, you are going to destroy that power-up, which means the sprite will disappear. You're going to collect, time starts, etc., etc. Now, this does not really work the way we want it to work. So here on the left-hand side, you can see nothing lasts forever. We want the monkey's superpower to only last for 5 seconds. That means we need to add a timer. So here, for example, I'll have to first of all say that the super mode needs to be 0. So is super mode equals no. That's obviously setting my variable to no. And then here we're going to add updating that super mode. So at is super mode equals yes. So let's go ahead and run that. There we go. We're going to jump up. Let's see if super mode now works. We are definitely in super mode. Timer is running. And we're back to normal. So you can see the code does get more complex as you progress. Now this is the platformer game creation course. In addition to this, there's 2 more that you can explore. Here we have Frogger, which is a very popular game that we all know. So you can see here, we have to make the frog cross the road. And obviously, as it gets more complex, let's move forward. Let's go to 23. You can see we have those different car and truck sprites. They cross the road. Our frog needs to move and has a number of lives. Everything is coded right here within CodeMonkey. Let's go ahead and have a little play with this. Okay, so I've now made some tweaks to this code. So let's go ahead and run this. And you can see I can cross the road with my frog. And let's just, there we go. The truck hit me. I was reset to the bottom. You can see I can move back and forward. I can even move right and left. So let's go ahead and try to cross this road safely and make it to the house. This is an example of how you can use CodeMonkey's Frogger to further build on those initial skills you've practiced building the platformer game. And then we get to the third one of these game creation courses, and that is the Sprite Animation. Now, to demonstrate to you how the sprite creation works, I'm going to use another teacher tool so we can get to that easily and also see it in action. Here on the left-hand side, we're going to go to Teacher Resources. And we're going to look for solutions. So I'm going to go to the solutions. We are going to select our game creation for these sprites. So here we have game creation. There we go, Sprite Animation. And here you see all the examples. Now, the reason I'm using this pre-made built-in resource for teachers is to show you what is possible using CodeMonkey. So here, for example, I'm going to open up exercise 20. And then this is an example of what that will look like. You can see it has the sprites already added. It has a timer sprite. It has a counter sprite. It has this apple sprite. And when we press run, it is going to animate through those different sprites. So you can see here, we can bite this sprite. So you can see it's being eaten up. This is an example. This was made by CodeMonkey, and they have many more examples here. So clicking on the various exercises, you can open up future examples as well. Here, for example, it has add animation spell. Everything is in the phrase. So let's click on run, ready, set, go, and the apples are falling. And you can see you need to eat them as quickly as you can. And it is effectively creating a game with animations. So this is a very powerful course to really move from that basic text-based instructions to creating your own games with your own sprites. Here you can see them, Platformer, Frogger, and Sprite Animations. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, you can find a link in the description below to all the previous videos, as well as how you can get your hands on CodeMonkey yourself and get started right away. Let me know how might you use this and which parts do you like about it. Also, you'll find links in the description on how you can get started with CodeMonkey at your schools or at home, and how you can get signed up in no time. In addition to that, you'll also find links to all my other videos, all on CodeMonkey. I also want to say a quick thank you to CodeMonkey for sponsoring this video and giving me full access to the platform so I can show you exactly what is available to teachers and people who sign up at home. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.